You think I'm stupid? You think I've got rocks in my fucking head?
Well, George,
That's
I
not...
played into your stupidity.
Yeah, well, I'm not stupid. That's a collections agency.
I mean, you're the one who's sitting here thinks everybody's after you.
So that shows your credibility right there.
All I know is what they tell me, Gigi.
It shows your credibility. Yeah, you're a liar. You're a fucking liar.
Because I know what they tell me?
No, because you knew full well what that was. I had to look at...
All I saw was what you saw.
Right, I had to look at it carefully to see what the fuck it was. It's not Marty McShit. It's a collection agency. It's not Marty McShit. It's a collection agency. That's all I had to do. No. Fuck them. Anyway, I'm not stupid. I figured it out.
It took you a while.
Yeah, well, I figured it out. All right, anyway.
Has anyone ever talked about you maybe having autism?
You know what? You got your goddamn fucking nerve, man. I bet you that if you wanted to match IQs in which you and I, that I would have a stronger IQ than you would. Now, if you want to put it to the test sometime, I bet you I have a stronger IQ and than you would ever have.
I'd love for you to just sit down and play chess with me, Joel.
Oh my fucking God! Since when do you know how to play chess?
I've played for years.
Oh, you have no fucking idea, do you? No idea whatsoever. You play chess? Bullshit.
I do, George.
Yeah, well, I play as well. How about that? I play as well.
George, I'd love the opportunity to show you how little you are.
Let me tell you something. You love that opportunity? I don't go around putting my dick onto another young dick. I don't rub dicks with an underage kid. Okay?
Only with your father.
No, my father disciplined me when I needed to be disciplined. My father was an astute disciplinarian. He was a disciplinarian. When I did wrong, he disciplined me, and he took care of, and he also cared about me, and he also had my best interest at heart. Okay? And my father was a genius. My father was a genius at his craft. So you can you go climb a tree. Okay?
Well, George, he was a master of the custodial arts. I understand.
He was a chemist for the United States Tobacco Company. You chemist for the United States Tobacco Company, which is an off-brand from Philip Morris. Have you heard of him?
I have.
Okay. Well, good for you. That's what he did. He also spoke 3 different languages. Can you do that? No. I can't.
Jew, swindler, and the hypnotist. Which one of your was your grandfather that hypnotized your mother? Your grandma?
I'm not getting into that with you. You're so stupid. You believe it.
I read the news article, George. I've seen it in the paper.
News article. That's a bunch of shit.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is.
He hypnotized your grandmama.
My grandmother and my grandfather were listen, I explained to you about my grandmother and grandfather. What the fuck is going on? Jesus Christ, man, you have no fucking... The fuck is wrong? Listen, man, when you were fucking in diapers, man, I was fucking on the camera doing my thing. When you were in fucking diapers and you were looking at me rubbing your 2-inch dong because you're that fucked up in the head.
I watched you and masturbated to you, yeah.
Yeah, you probably did. That's pretty sick. Pretty fucking sick.
I mean, that's what happens, Gigi. What can I say?
Who else have you masturbated to?
Ric Flair.
Yeah.
Just you and Ric Flair.
Have you masturbated to Marty?
No. He's
not
my type.
Oh, he's not your type?
I need a big, strong daddy to hold me down.
You haven't masturbated to Marty McBitch?
I have not.
What about Sean Brennan?
What are you going to do, George, when they do put this in the newspaper? You're going to probably have an aneurysm.
It doesn't matter. They've got to serve me.
Know by all men these presents that in read the estate of Jamie Whalen versus George Alexander Yarrett.
Yeah, they've got to serve me. And if they can't serve me, then there ain't no lawsuit. It ain't got that thing, and it ain't got that swing. To what?
It's called service via publication, GG.
Yeah, well, I already had an attorney tell me that's not true. I will talk to another attorney about it. I'll talk to Andy Wood, who was the attorney that represented me back in that fiasco when it happened.
Call Henry.
Now I'll call Andy.
Why don't you call Henry?
No, I don't need to call Henry.
You call Henry, that motherfucker knows. I bet you Henry's dead now.
I don't really care.
Let me look at Henry McLaughlin.
I don't really care. He was your nemesis. He was the one that you strived to be, and never could.
Henry McLaughlin dead.
No, I doubt it.
Oh, obituary. Oh, there's a bunch of Henry McLaughlins. Let's see if he's really dead.
I doubt it, seriously.
That motherfucker will not die. Nope. Well, I bet you're still there.
Yeah. Like StockX watch keeps on ticking.
He hadn't updated his blog since 2016.
Okay. He's paid his dues. He's 76 years old. He's done good.
Riding your cab. I don't drive. Your Honor, I don't drive. That's what he said one day in a court hearing against me. He's never beaten me.
I don't know about that.
He's never beaten me.
Since when you were attorney?
George Henry fought me on 2 or 3 different cases. One was.
Since when are you an attorney? You're not an attorney, love. That's just it. You can't represent
I was an agent. I was allowed to represent a company.
No. You got a big fucking head for someone that's not all that.
You should see my dick.
You got a big fucking head for someone that's not all that. Well, that's I don't care to see it.
You should. You should see my cock.
Yeah. Well, why don't you show it to the courts?
You really are into gay sex, George. You really are. You've done it before and loved it.
Why don't you show it to the courts?
I've showed my ass in court many a time.
Well, show it to Judge Gibney. I'm sure he wants to see it.
Judge Gibney, I saw him on Grindr one night, looking for dick.
I believe it.
Trolling.
I believe it. It's pretty sick.
He's into young boys, I'm told.
Yeah, somehow I don't doubt it.
See, George, you got to think, man. All these years, these people been fucking with you, and you've been doing something about it for 10, 15 years. George, how come? Now, what happened, George? I thought we had a deal. Your private investigator was going to do something. What happened? He stopped investigating. No.
No. That's what you see. See, I don't. A good coach. And a good coach of a football team doesn't give the opposition what the players are going to be. They follow through with the plays at one hand, and they don't tell the other team what they're going to do.
George, you're the third-string kicker that never sets foot on the field.
No, I'm the backup that started lighting it on fire.
I mean, Gigi, you're the third-string kicker that never sets foot on the field.
Yeah, well, that's what you think.
I don't want you to lose. I don't want you to lose all the time. I'd like you to win at least once. I would. Just, this Jamie Whalen thing and the fucking phone call, the police report,
Wait. What are you talking about, the phone calls? What phone call?
They have a recorded phone.
They got a recording, yeah. So that was Jeremy Scott that recorded me.
Who's Jeremy Scott?
Jeremy Scott is the military guy that was in the military in South Korea that pretended to be a friend of mine and liked my work, when in all actuality he was a fucking troll.
Similar to me, you say?
I don't think they can get any worse than you.
George, I have not done you wrong.
I don't think they get any worse than you.
I haven't done you wrong in some time.
Well, it doesn't mean that you're not. It doesn't mean. Look, listen to me. And Kristen wants to be left alone. She's tired of people coming to her fucking window and throwing rocks at her fucking window. So tell whoever's doing that to buzz the fuck off.
From what I understand, that they've only mailed Kristen's dildo shit. They mailed her big ass black dildos or something in her kid's name. And they told me they mailed her some shit and sent pizzas to her house. Well, that's what I read on the Discord.
Well, see, they've been coming to her place, and they've been bothering her, and they're throwing rocks at her window. Whoever's doing that is going to go to prison. You understand? They're going to go to prison.
Probably.
Not playing around. They're not playing around.
George, it ain't me, and you know that.
I don't know who it is.
George,
you wear a fedora, right? No, you wear a fedora, right?
I do, yes.
You wear a fedora to cover that bald head of yours, so yes, it probably is you.
It's me in the fedora, huh? My fedora.
Yeah, that fedora that covers that bald head.
I wish I could talk some sense into you. I just know it's not possible.
I know what I know. Okay?
But all of your information.
I know what I know and what I see and what I have seen. I've seen fire and I've seen rain. I thought of lonely times when I could not find a friend, but I always knew I could always rely on myself.
But George, you have always let you down.
No, that's not true.
Tell me one time in history you have not let you down.
I've not let myself down. I'm the 60-minute man.
George,
so I'm not myself.
Worst enemy.
Excuse me?
You were your fucking own worst enemy.
No, I am my own worst hero. I'm my own hero. Okay.
George, you got to think about it.
I don't even think about nothing. I'm not here to entertain trolls. I'm not here to entertain trolls. I'm here to entertain the people that know about me. I do my Asian imitations. I think they're pretty goddamn funny. I'm not there to entertain those assholes. When Kevin and I do a production, we have people that like us for what we do, not to troll us.
Where are they at?
They're on the fan page. In my Facebook fan page.
I never hear from any of them.
Well, you don't need to hear from them because they're not related to you, and you can't see those comments. How about that?
George, I'm not on Facebook at all.
Well, now you're not, no, but you weren't there. You weren't able to see it then either. They got people that find our work funny. We go ahead and do the Chinese guy. Come to Sunday Pizza restaurant. You'll have a table for two. Come here. You'll have a salted dish and salted soup. Yeah, that's right. Goddamn good imitation. Salted Pizza restaurant. Come on by.
But George,
yeah, you would like that, wouldn't you?
I just don't get it.
Well, it's nothing for you to get because you're slow. You don't get it. Doesn't matter whether you get it or don't get it. We got there. We have a game show. We did The Price is Right. Funny material. We did a reincarnation of the Beverly Hillbillies. We've done the game show. We did Fantasy Island in tribute to Ricardo Montalban.
George, do you think for a second that I'm telling you not to do or enjoy your show? That's the last thing I would ever tell you.
No, okay. What I'm telling you is that I've been doing it for 20-some years. 25 years, 26 years. Well, I'm gonna be goddamn if someone is going to dictate to me. Want to dictate to me what I'm going to do and what I'm not going to do.
I mean, George, they seem to control your every move.
No, they don't control that's where you were fucking wrong. They think of me more than I think of them. You see how we did that show? We did that show without any we didn't give a fuck. I did that show not giving a fuck. We haven't done a show in a while, and Kevin and I said, okay, let's go ahead and do a show.
Why didn't you do it at the Camelot like normal, where you've been normally staying? Why'd you
Because
do it
I'm staying at the Camelot. There's no, you don't need to know where I'm staying at.
Over at the Marriott, George.
Okay, I'm staying at the Marriott then. You seem to know everything.
You might be at in-town suites, but it looks like you were downtown.
At the Marriott? Okay, I must have been downtown at the Marriott.
George,
You
you
seem to know.
can't afford the Omni.
You seem to know why, don't you? You don't. You seem to. Well, the Omni's closed, for your information.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's closed.
Wow. That's where I go when I slay. When me and Danny get in fights, I always run off to the Omni Hotel.
Oh, is that right? Okay.
That's what I do.
Well, as far as you're concerned, I could have been in the Hotel Jefferson.
George, I've been in the Jefferson. I
Yeah.
know what the back of those walls look like, and that ain't it.
Yeah, I could have been in the Hotel Jefferson as far as what you're concerned, as far as what you know.
George, I try to prevent them from tracking you.
Okay. Well, they can't track me.
I mean, I try
Because
to prevent.
you know why they can't track me? Because I make sure the location on my phone is off, so they can't track shit.
How long?
I know about that location. I turn the damn thing off.
How long before you actually start going crazy? Like, how long do you think you have left?
What are you talking about?
You're eventually going to go mad, just like that other guy. There was another one of you, the real Chris the Hacker, I think was his name.
See, first of all, you don't know really that much about me. To tell you the truth, you really don't. You don't fucking know that much about me. I will survive.
But they're going to drive you mad.
No, they're not going to drive me mad. Not going to lie. I'm not going to lie. No, they're not going to drive me mad. I have other people seeing what's going on. I have other people seeing what's going on and know what's going on, and we are trying our damnedest to track this Marty bitch.
I mean, they drove you to homelessness.
No, they did not drive me to homelessness. I fucked up. No. Listen carefully. No. I'm going to track that Marty bitch and know his location soon enough. They didn't drive me to homelessness. I fucked up. I was biding my time. There was nothing more I could have done. And to pay $3,000, I couldn't do that.
I didn't charge you $3,000.
No, you didn't charge me. If I would have appealed Gibney's decision, I would have had to put money up.
Well, yeah.
If I had to appeal a decision, I would have had to put money up, and I didn't have it.
That's what a bail bondsman's for, George.
Well,
should have hired a Joe Dollar.
I didn't have it. You know, the house needed work to be. I couldn't afford to fix the house. I wanted to fix the chimney. There were a lot of things I wanted to do with that house. I mean, I fixed the roof. They fucking demolished the damn roof. I already had the roof fixed, and they fucking ruined the roof.
It needed a roof, George.
It had a roof. I paid for a new roof in 2013.
What were all the bricks and shit up on that?
I paid for a roof in 2013. They even fucking ruined the damn mailbox. They ruined the fucking mailbox. I don't want to be reminded. So you have nothing else better to do than go to my old house to do what? What did you do there?
I took pictures and shit. I told you all about it. Remember?
You went to my old house and took pictures. Why?
Because they let me in. I met the people that were working on the property. I just walked on in like I owned the place.
What was the purpose of that?
I wanted to see what was happening at 1307 Stony Creek Drive.
That's none of your goddamn business.
I mean, I wanted to know, Gene.
None of your goddamn business. And I mean, why would you be concerned about my old house?
Well, because, George, I was concerned about you.
Yeah. Listen, man, if you were concerned about me, you wouldn't have never told Marty my business.
You gotta admit, George, you do get kind of scary and lonely at times.
You would have not told Marty my business.
Just about Jamie is the only thing you say I did.
The combination, you, Angela, and Scott.
Well, George, I mean, what did you expect us to do? You act like a dick sometimes.
No, I don't. You act like a fucking drug addict. that doesn't remember is fucking what the fuck. You were doing a case, and then you fucking dropped it all at, not giving a damn and wanting to get your goddamn fix. And you were doing that shit when I was trying to win a fucking case.
And we would have won if you had got the copyright that I begged you to do.
I had it. I had the copyright. I had the diagrams. I'm not getting into this shit again.
And you know I'm right.
No, you're wrong. I had the copyright. I had the diagrams in play.
You had the evidence.
I didn't need the pramification. The pramification, what the fuck ever it is. The fuck it is.
You didn't need it because you didn't want it. Fuck what.
I had the diagrams.
Fuck what Gibney said.
I had the diagrams.
You realize you sat in the federal courtroom for 2.5 hours being made a fool of?
No, I wasn't made a fool of. I was showing the facts.
Judge Gibney even yelled at me.
I wasn't made a fool of. I was showing the facts.
Judge Gibney even yelled at me.
Well, I think Judge Gibney's light on the loafers, if you ask me.
I've never had a federal judge yell at me until that day.
That judge just made a decision on a case that was supposed to be extended.
Because you didn't get what you...
The judge was supposed to extend the case just getting the basics. And I gave him more than the basics. I gave him a diagram. I gave him a fucking diagram of things he could have used.
You were ordered to make a prima facie case.
I don't know what the fuck, whatever. He had the diagrams.
Fuck it. As long as you say he should have ruled for you, he should have.
He had the diagrams that he needed.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do when COVID runs out and you start going back to 200 a week again?
No, I wasn't making 200 a week, so I don't know what you're talking about.
I mean, you're staying in hotels again every night, eating good. Still won't wash that shirt, though. Still won't do it. Will not.
Well, wash what shirt? What the fuck are you talking about?
That blue and white shirt I had when I was running through the van. Remember I hid it from you?
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
The blue and white shirt you were wearing in the video you made with...
What about that blue and white shirt? It was a very expensive shirt. What are we talking about?
You just won't wash it. Why?
What are you talking about, wash it? You mean wash it? Have you washed your underwear?
Yeah.
Have you washed your fucking drawers?
I have.
Have you washed your underwear that you split? And have you washed your pants that you split every time?
I don't fit those anymore. That was years
ago. Well, I'm sure you have more pants than you split daily. Like a fucking timber tree.
George, the cheapest...
Hey, timber! Go split!
The cheapest...
Walking around with your fucking underwear sticking out at Paper Moon or fucking, over at Daddy Rabbit's with your underwear sticking out. Yeah. I'm sure that's very professional, right? Hey, look at me! Look at my underwear. How you doing? Good to meet you. Like my underwear? I just split my pants.
George,
and I also shit in my pants.
George Alexander Yared, why won't you just stop being filthy? Why won't you do it?
Why don't you not filthy?
Like,
filthy.
Yeah, George, look at you. Have you watched the video?
I was fucking looking pretty goddamn lean and mean there.
George, the shirt is filthy. I mean...
You can look at a shirt. That shirt is an expensive shirt.
It's fucking filthy.
It's an expensive shirt, and I was looking lean and fucking mean and looking pretty good. I think I was pretty much USD prime choice for any woman that wanted to know about it.
And you really believe that?
I don't believe it. I know it. I don't believe it. I know it without a shadow of a fucking doubt. I look just as good as I did 20 years ago, but it's not better.
Damn, George.
Mean and lean and a spec machine.
You really are insane.
Coming from someone that fucking is a pedo, I think I'm pretty cool. Coming from a pedo that likes to play with private parts, yeah. I think I'm doing pretty goddamn good. I think under the circumstances and the hand I've been dealt, I'm doing pretty good.
You want to hear something, George? Let me log in here. I want to go to my reports. I want to go last 30 days. Because of COVID, I'm down 7% from a year ago. I've only made $6,705 this month in PayPal. But I've got another $2,000 from LawPay, which is a separate processor. The last 60 days...
Let me tell you something.
Hold on. The last 60 days, I've made $17,775, up 9% from last year.
Okay. And how are you making that money? What do you charge these people?
The last 90 days, $26,000.
What do you charge these people that you do work for?
Of $60 an hour with an 8-hour minimum, up to $480 to hire me.
Well, if they're that gullible, then whatever.
For 2020 so far.
If they're that gullible and they give you that damn money, then they need to have their head examined.
2020 so far this year, $38,039.
Okay, well, whatever. So you charge $480.
Yep.
You charge $480 for work.
Yep.
Well, don't know about that.
Why is it wrong for me to make a good living?
I don't know about that. I mean, people, you had people that were trying to investigate you, weren't they?
No one's investigating me, Joe.
They had people that were trying to investigate your dealings and reported you to Craigslist, I believe. If I'm not mistaken.
I don't think so. I'm a very...
I think so. I think you even mentioned that. This guy was trying to report you. You're going through every state. They're trying to report you to, and what you were doing, trying to, rip somebody off. Trying to rip somebody off with some kind of thing that you never produced.
George, I do excellent work, and you know that. You lived in a house for 365 days based upon my typing abilities.
Well, that might be all fine and good, but what did you do after that?
I opened up a good practice. Started working in California.
Now, what did you do after that by blabbering to the trolls?
I even testified as a witness for you.
That was a crock of shit. That was a mistake on my part to even have you there. That was a mistake for you to even be there. You should have been escorted out of there.
I did what you asked me to do.
No, you didn't. You didn't do nothing. You made it worse.
How did I make it worse?
I don't want to. It's happened. I can't go back and change it. You fucked me royally by doing what you did and what you said. Oh, now I find the trolls comedy much better than his.
Well, how many times have I been...
You are a fucking POS.
George, how many times have I been there for you when no one else would be?
You have been there maybe a couple times that I can think of, but I've had Vince, I've had Kevin, I've had a guy by the name of Michael Carlucci, who is the priest that I know, and I've had other people in my camp that have been there for me.
Oh, priest?
Yes, I used to work with this. See, I shouldn't tell you this. Give her his name because then you're gonna.
I want to know about this priest.
He used to work with me on radio station, or DJ. He turned his life over to God. He became a priest.
Priests love little boys more than I do.
Well, not priest, but I mean a deacon. Excuse me, deacon.
Oh, is he a brother?
No, he's white.
Praise God. How is Kristen doing, by the way?
Why would you want to know?
She get any buckets of shit lately?
Well, let's just say that she's doing what she's got to do. She's doing what she's got to do to get by, like we all are, and like I am. See, one thing about me is I always land on my feet. You get it? I always land on my feet. And you know what Jamie? And you know what Jamie told me? Jamie told me. She said, "You know what?" She said, "You are a real good-hearted person. You take a lot of abuse. I give you a lot of abuse, But guess what? At the end of the day, you are a good-hearted person, she told me. So you see, I know if Jamie was here right now, she would stand up and tell her brother off. I know if Jamie was here right now, she would tell her brother off and defend me.
She would tell the people that you were stalking her again.
No. Let me tell you something, Sherlock. She came back to me crying, and I took her in. In January of 16, she came back crying about what Orlando was doing. Orlando was, and what they were doing and all that. And I took her back in. She rode with me when I was working. She worked with me all fucking night when I was doing my taxi. Okay? She was with me all fucking night when I went into my taxi. And then we came home and we made love. All right? We came home and made some passionate effing love.
Did she
got it? And made some passionate love. Made some passionate love. And she was the most funniest. She was always cracking up. And I would crack her up. She would crack me up. And the one thing about her is she had a beautiful soul. She had a beautiful soul, and she was a beautiful person. She had her way. She had a demon that she was fighting. She had a demon that she tried to get control of. And she succumbed to it. And then I told her, I said, look, I'm going to do this, but I'm not going to do that. I can't, and she, on that day, she was upset with me for not staying with her. I had to work. I said, look, I have to work. Why don't you come ride with me? She said, no, I got to go back to Orlando. I got to go back home to Orlando. I said, you don't have to. I said, if you want to, you can ride with me like you have before, because I have to work. It's Friday night. And she was on that night. She was on something. She took my phone. I said, what are you doing? She said, never mind what you're doing. So what are you doing? So she defriended me, or defriended an account on Facebook. And then she went ahead. I said, look, damn it, I have to go. Either you're going to go, and she said, well, you can take me back. I said, I'll take you back.
Are you rehearsing your testimony to me?
Fuck you.
Well, that's what it sounds like.
I'm not rehearsing nothing. I'm telling you the goddamn fucking truth. I don't need to tell you shit. She was wanting to go back home. I said, fine. And then she was on something that night. And I tried and I told her that she can do, what the fuck is are you recording this?
No, George.
Then why are you fucking telling me that I'm not rehearsing?
That's what it sounds like you're doing.
I'm not rehearsing. I'm telling you what happened. I don't need to tell you shit. But the bottom line is, I had to leave her there at Kroger because she was belligerent. I said, look, I've got to go. She pissed me off. She hit me and all that. I said, look, fuck this. So I let her. I said, you live around the corner. You can walk home. So she pissed me off. I was angry at her. So then she retaliated.
Did you hit her?
She retaliated.
Did you hit her?
And why don't you shut the fuck up? The only thing I ever did is when she spanked me in the face, I turned her on my knee and spanked her. That's the only thing I ever did to her. I turned her on my knee and spanked her when she hit me in the face.
Then you pulled her pants down with her hands
above
her head.
Fuck you. Fuck you. You think this is all a joke, don't you?
I mean, I'm not opposed to raping women myself.
Well, yeah. You see, you're not opposed to what? You're not opposed to what?
Dating women myself.
Dating or raping?
Both.
All right, and you see, and you have your fucking nerve to question me.
But George, I'm not being accused of it.
I don't give a goddamn. I'm not being accused of it neither, because I'm not on stand or on trial. And I'll be goddamn if I'm going to be on stand and on trial. And I'm not being accused. The only way this is being accused, because this son of a bitch is manufactured this lawsuit by paying for it. That fucking bitch, Marty McBitch, he paid for this lawsuit and he manufactured it. And what blows the fuck out of me is that they are this so-called professor, the so-called genius professor, buys this shit, and it makes me question his common sense. Makes me question this guy's common sense.
Well, I mean, George, he thinks that you're a special man.
I don't know what you're talking about when you say special. Especially, I'm special? No, I'm who I am. I'm a hard fucking worker, and I'm a good person. I'm a hard fucking worker, and I am very spiritual. Don't need to go to church, but I'm a spiritual person. And I believe in doing right, because I believe in the good book. I believe right always conquers evil. Okay? And I don't do things to hurt people. I do unto others as they do unto me. They do me bad, well, then that's a different story. Someone does me bad, then that's a different fucking story. So, anyway.
George, I don't want you to be miserable.
Let me tell you something. If I could bring her back to life, I would. If I could get her to come, if I would have known what happened, I would have had the Narcan right there, and I would have brought her back to fucking life. You understand me? If I would have known exactly what was happening, I would have busted that old man's door down, pushed him aside, and get the Narcan and brought her back to life. I had no idea what had happened. No idea. I'm sitting at Panera Bread on the computer. Just got off work. I'm on the computer doing my usual shit. I check on her Facebook. And I see in memory of. And my eyes were just, I'm like, what is this?
And the lady came over and asked you was okay, and you banged on the table and said, I just need to go.
I was fucking shaking like a fucking leaf. I was so goddamn emotional. I don't think I was ever that fucking emotional my whole entire life. I never cried. I never cried. I never cried as much as I've ever cried before in my whole entire life. I cried for days. For fucking days.
She was just a piece of pussy. Why'd you get so wrapped up in it?
She was more than a piece of pussy. She was a good person. And if I knew that she was I had no idea that she was Jewish. I had no idea that she was Jewish. It would have not mattered to me whether she was or wasn't. I didn't think of that. I didn't care. Okay? She never told me she was Jewish. And the only reason why she probably said that, because I didn't like that old man. He was Jewish. He was Jewish. She would throw in my face that she's going to synagogue with him. I told her, why don't you come to church with me? Well, I'm going to synagogue. Well, why don't you change it up a little bit and come to church with me? And that pissed me off that she didn't do that. That's fine. That's fine. But she